Yeah, first I drag the list view control from the toolbox. So you can see from the list box here. So the first name, last name, gender, and patient type. So and we have a window.resources and the grid. So window.resources you can add styles and control templates and so whatever you want to add styles. So you can add in window.resources and list view. I'm binding the data so through item source and my list view name is list view 1. And if you so I added so list view dot view and list view dot view is a subtag to the list view and I added one grid view in that list view. So in that grid view I've added so 5 columns so in the grid view. So one for first name, last name, gender, patient type and date of birth. So the last name, so I'm binding the last name, gender, patient type, date of birth from the binding source. So patient type. So all these are bind will so these properties will bind to the columns and first name also. So first name also I'm creating the custom template, custom cell template. In that cell template, so why I'm creating the cell template is because I want to store the ID with the first name. So whenever the user clicks on first name, so so the user can edit that patient. Here is the patient. So the patient, so whenever user clicks on the first name, so the user can edit that patient. So that's why I'm hiding that ID. So in that first name, so I created one control template. Target type is button, and I gave one X key name for that button because so I want to use it in the grid or any control if I want to use this control template. So directly I give the name of link button. So I created stack panel, text block I added, and content presenters. So I use because content presenters, so so I placed a data template. I placed the button. So the button control will act as a content presenter. So whatever the content you added in that you added for the button, so that you can access in the content presenter. So that's the content I'm giving as a template binding content. And I added one more label control so that I'm binding the ID. So invisibility is collapsed because I'm hiding that ID because whenever the user clicks on that, so that I'm accessing the row based on this one. So window loaded also I added. So whenever the window is loaded, so I'm binding to the list view. So because already I coded in C sharp, just binding the data to list view. I'm getting the data from database. So using SQL help, so whatever. So I'm using SQL Server through ADB.NET. So I'm binding. Just I'm showing the data to display to user. Just see that. Just I'm rebuilding. Build successful. So just it's showing. Yeah, it comes to debug mode. Debug mode. It comes to debug mode. See that it's loading. It's getting the data from database. Yes, we got that debug, and I'm showing the data set. So whatever data, see that. See, so I have two rows of Ramakrishna and Rani. So Ramakrishna is one, ID name is one, and Rani is ID 2. So all the data I got from the DB. So these data will bind to the list view. So just see that. See that. So all the data bind to the list view. Okay. So just inpatient, outpatient, patient type. So I'm closing that window. So yes, it's gone. I'm back to the examine. See that, so I'm describing the content presenter why I have used it in the project, because the presenter will act like as a, so it will display the target type of content, because whatever properties in that it will provide the data. So I'm binding the content through template binding, because whatever I bind to the button, so that will comes to this content presenter template button. Just I'm writing on that. So what content presenter does, it will bind to, so button content. I gave the button content. I'm binding the first thing to button content. So as this, it will comes to content presenter. See that, see, so automatically it will bind, because first time I did not bind in the content presenter, but label I gave the binding of ID. So whatever you bind to the button, so that will comes to content presenter content property. Okay, and also I generated one click button for click button. So that is event handler. It will handle the event using the button click, because whenever the user clicks on that hyperlink button, so that will comes to the button. Click event handle, when user clicks on that button, so that event will be handled by button underscore click. Okay, so this I have written on the learning like a comment. See that click event handler and button underscore click. Just I'm navigating to button underscore click. This event. I'm not the event, because the button underscore click method. Yes. So when I'm navigating to that event handler, so just I'm running the project. It's loading. So it's got a breakpoint. So that's why I'm removing that. Just I'm clicking on Rama. Just it got file. This label ID is 1, because Rama ID is 1. So content, it's got 1. See this. Based on this ID, so directly will fetch the data. Will fetch the data. So you see the item error. It's 1 Ramakrishna, mail in, patient, and date of birth. You can see there. Okay. So like this, so we can fetch the data, delete the data, update the data. Because Rani also tried. This content is ID is 2. You can see total Rani that I fetched from database by the table. 2 Rani female outpatient and date of birth. So like this, we can add, edit, update of any user data, patient data to this. So delete also, based on ID column you can delete. Based on ID column you can update the DB, because the main thing is to get the ID or unique column from the data table when user clicks on that on the data grid or list view. Because so this is best method for to edit, delete, update on data grid. Okay, thanks for watching the video. Thank you very much. Bye.